I think he's one of the keys to their offense. McCarg's a good player. He's tough. He is a good runner, not only in the offense, the run game, but also in scrambling, that type of thing. He's really a good player.
What was your overall grade for your defense?
I thought, I thought we played pretty good. In the first ball game, I don't want to talk too much about that ball game because we're going forward, but I thought we played pretty good. If they hadn't popped that run, I would have felt really good about it.
What happened on that run?
We just didn't fit quite right, and they hit one, and we just didn't react as well as we need to.
Charlie was very complimentary of Bradley McDougal's talent. Have you been real impressed with him?
Yeah, I think Bradley's a good football player. He's athletically what you're looking for. He can catch, he can run, he's tough. He's pretty instinctive, and he's got experience. So at this point in time, I would say he's one of our better players and has a chance to have a good year.
Good career to him in football?
Well, we don't know that. We've got to see how he plays this year.
How important is it for guys to get out and see a little bit of that spread, a team that runs that, because that's the kind of offense they're going to see when you get into the football?
Yeah, this is a good test for us. I think they're a good football team. They can be explosive. And that's the type of team we're going to face every week. So for us, this is a really good challenge and a good test, and we'll kind of see where we're at, after this ball game, in my opinion, defensively.
What about your pass rush? How's that coming along?
I thought we rushed the pass pretty good. I think we're still continuing to do a few different things to help the pass rush, but like I've said before, I think if we can get to guys with 4-man rush, that's what we're going to do.
You feel pretty confident you can do that after watching these?
I felt we did pretty well. I think we've got some guys that have some talent, and we just have to utilize it.
What about with Bryce, with the guy that quarterback can pull that ball in and get around that corner pretty fast? I mean, do you have to sit back a little bit? Do you have to bring your defense back?
No, I think we just have to make sure that we take care of our lane of responsibility. Obviously in the running game, we've got to have good gap control. We've got to make sure that we know who's got the quarterback, who's got the pitch if they run an option. They put the pressure on you that way. But as far as the scrambling part of it, we just have to make sure our lane integrity is good. And and we play with a lot of zone eyes and see when he takes off.
Coach, I know you and your staff have been obviously emphasizing turnovers, just probably like every staff does everywhere. But what's the result of getting 5 in a game? I mean, what can that do for a team, especially so early?
Well, I hope we do that every week. If we do, I think we'll feel pretty good about it. It was good, and really, to be honest with you, the kid that obviously that kid was a little hurt. The kid that came in, sure. The quarterback. And didn't practice probably as much as he needed to, but he's a pretty good thrower. And I thought we pressured him enough to make some plays, and our guys caught the football, which, usually the DBs are guys that were receivers at one time they can't catch. So, we were very pleased with that. I think that's a direct result of what we've talked about all along about getting to the football and making sure that we're around it because, you never know. One of them was a tip ball, and we got the interception on it. Those are the kind of things that we have to do. And if we're going to be as good a football team as we hope we can be, that's one of the things that we stress all the time.
Can you talk about Bradley McDougal? I mean, he got just a huge game for himself, pretty much equal to the interception total from last season. What were your thoughts on that?
I think Bradley, like I said, is a good football player. I think he's a guy that's kind of a leader for us because he's got experience. And he's a guy that has the athletic talent to go along with the experience. Sometimes you got experience, but it doesn't equate to being a good football player. This kid has got instincts, and he's got the ability to make plays. And that's, again, the biggest stat in football is turnovers. The team that wins a turnover battle, it goes up excrementally with the number that you win by. You win by 3, you got a better chance to win than you win if you win by 2. So we need playmakers, and he's one of the guys that can do that for us.
Me in football, period. of course, I would like to start on offense because I came here to be a receiver, but helping the team in any way possible is, the most important thing as of right now since I'm not starting. And special teams is what I can do, and I know I'm good at punt block especially, but I take pride in the other special teams aspects as well.
What's that feel like when you feel that football hit your hand? Or do you feel it first or do you hear it first?
I actually don't feel it half the time. I just hear the crowd, and I kind of look back and figure out where the ball is. So I didn't even know I blocked it at first. I just heard the crowd and everybody in the field go, oh, and I kind of was like, oh, I blocked it. Turned around, seen the ball, tried to pick it up and score, but couldn't.
Is that your attitude on every snap? Try to get after that?
Yeah, definitely.
What about the blocking game? Can you talk a little bit about that and kind of what your assignments are?
As far as kick return and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Didn't get too much action in the game. Ball was kicked out of bounds a few times. But I think I take great pride in that, too, pretty much in practice. And I think that's why they have me in front line. I feel I'm one of the more physical skill guys as far as blocking and coming downhill and, putting my body in a position to, sacrifice for contact.
And Coach Bone was saying you were one of the guys that came up to him and said, I want to be on special teams. I mean, why is that? Why do you like being on special teams?
Because I knew I was good at it, and not too many people actually want to play special teams. So I know half the time people on special teams just going through the motion and just trying to just go and just get it over with. But I believe it's definitely a part in the game that changes games, actually. I didn't know this statistic, but Coach Weiss told us the other day after the game that if you block 2 punts in a game, your chance of winning is 80%. So I don't know how true that is, but that's a great one punt block. I believe he said was 78 or something like that, or 68 something. And he said 2 increases your chance by 80%. So any special teams kickoff and fumble recovery on kickoff, kick return for a touchdown, punt block, or pinning the team down on punt return if you're a punter and fielding it on the one like we did earlier in the game. Like those things changes games and field position.
Oh yeah, I mean definitely. I mean it's a good feeling because you got their back against the wall. Instead of them being able to predict what you do, you're more able to predict what they do. You want to get them in those third and long situations, be able to predict what they do. So I mean, yeah, I mean I definitely would rather prefer that than anything else. So yeah.
I know they've been emphasizing turnovers, but 5. I mean, that's got to be beyond expectations. What was the aftermath, the feeling from getting that many? Because it's been a while.
Oh yeah, I mean, it definitely has been a while since we had 5 turnovers like you've mentioned. But yeah, definitely. I mean, it was definitely a good feeling. I mean, we didn't really have thinking, we're trying to get 5 turnovers. Obviously, I mean, we definitely went out there, and obviously, everybody played to their best ability or tried to play to their best ability, and that is anyway. And we got fortunate to create those 5 turnovers. I mean, would that be a number that happens every single week? I mean, I couldn't tell you right now if that would be that 5 every single week and whatnot. But I mean, yeah, we'll definitely take them whenever we can get them. That's for sure.
I know Coach Wyatt just said 2's the goal. So does the goal go up now that you got 5? I mean.
Like kind of going to what I was saying, rather that number be 5, 2 or something like that. Like we really don't have determine. We can't really predict the turnovers you're gonna get. So I mean, definitely take what we can get. Definitely fortunate what we can get. And last week it happened to be 5. So I mean, if it happens to be 5 again this week, great. If it happens to be 2, great too.
10 would be good too.
Oh, yeah,
Good.
definitely.
Good work.